Don't go shooting all the dogs, cause one of them got fleas. Don't just listen to these songs and think that you got grease. They just lyrics, I be venting to this mic, it's therapy. You could leave, but the other guys is whack, they not me. Godspeed, sweetie, living out my dreams. I don't need a genie. Pops did Madonna shows, music in my blood, it was destined for me. Way before I even fucking seen a CD. Cross the wrong line, you gon' need a treaty. Peace is a lie, there is only passion. And through passion I get stronger. Long days working on getting better, but they only get longer. Getting there is half the battle, staying there is much harder. I've been flying out to islands so remote we must charter. Been a pro for 10 years, trying to go another 10. Going hard like Vince Carter. Leave something for my son and my daughter in case of my departure.
You know that I'll always try to get it right. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind. Yeah, you know that I'll always fight for what is mine. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind.
Yeah. Leave it for my little ones, my real ones. For people trying to feel some. For all the bridges burned along the way and how we still run and still swim. Even though we underwater, never hit the kill switch and overcome like everything we deal with. I still feel there's more for me to do until I call it quits. Everything I do is for the ones I love and miss. Take some time, water flowers till they grow and split. Then take the seeds, plant them back and you control the ship. Navigating through the eye of the storm. Live through the lows, got me higher in form. Soldier soul, now you got buyer's remorse. I stay composed when them bloodsuckers hit me with a tireless swarm. I've been down, but never finished. Been bound to higher limits. Walking past, I've been the thinnest. Almost lost myself within it. All the roads that end the quickest means you didn't take it farther. I gotta go harder in case of my departure.
You know that I'll always try to get it right. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind. Yeah, you know that I'll always fight for what is mine. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind.
Yeah. Hey. Don't go shooting all the dogs, cause one of them got fleas. Don't just listen to these songs and think that you got grease. They just lyrics, I be venting to this mic, it's therapy. You could leave, but the other guys is whack, they not me. Godspeed, sweetie, living out my dreams. I don't need a genie. Pops did Madonna shows, music in my blood, it was destined for me. Way before I even fucking seen a CD. Cross the wrong line, you gon' need a treaty. Peace is a lie, there is only passion. And through passion I get stronger. Long days working on getting better, but they only get longer. Getting there is half the battle, staying there is much harder. I've been flying out to islands so remote we must charter. Been a pro for 10 years, trying to go another 10. Going hard like Vince Carter. Leave something for my son and my daughter in case of my departure.
You know that I'll always try to get it right. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind. Yeah, you know that I'll always fight for what is mine. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind.
Yeah. Leave it for my little ones, my real ones. For people trying to feel some. For all the bridges burned along the way and how we still run and still swim. Even though we underwater, never hit the kill switch and overcome like everything we deal with. I still feel there's more for me to do until I call it quits. Everything I do is for the ones I love and miss. Take some time, water flowers till they grow and split. Then take the seeds, plant them back and you control the ship. Navigating through the eye of the storm. Live through the lows, got me higher in form. Soldier soul, now you got buyer's remorse. I stay composed when them bloodsuckers hit me with a tireless swarm. I've been down, but never finished. Been bound to higher limits. Walking past, I've been the thinnest. Almost lost myself within it. All the roads that end the quickest means you didn't take it farther. I gotta go harder in case of my departure.
You know that I'll always try to get it right. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind. Yeah, you know that I'll always fight for what is mine. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind.
Don't go shooting all the dogs, cause one of them got fleas. Don't just listen to these songs and think that you got grease. They just lyrics, I be venting to this mic, it's therapy. You could leave, but the mother gods is whack, they not me. Godspeed, sweetie, living out my dreams. I don't need a genie. Pops did Madonna shows, music in my blood, it was destined for me. Way before I even fucking seen a CD. Cross the wrong line, you gon' need a treaty. Peace is a lie, there is only passion. And through passion I get stronger. Long days working on getting better, but they only get longer. Getting there is half the battle, staying there is much harder. I've been flying out to islands so remote we must charter. Been a pro for 10 years, trying to go another 10. Going hard like Vince Carter. Leave something for my son and my daughter in case of my departure.
You know that I'll always try to get it right. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind. Yeah, you know that I'll always fight for what is mine. I'm working hard to leave a legacy behind.
What is up, kids? Can you guys hear me? Am I echoey? Does it sound wacky? I know it did last night, but that is life. What is up, everybody? Welcome to, what is it? Sit and Spin Tuesday night. Brother Paul Mills, what is up? Good to see you, my man and channel member. We got a bunch of people in here. I love it. We'll hang out as long as you want to. What is up? We got Burnt Relic in the house. What is up, brother? We will show off his work shortly. Make sure you guys have the website for all that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to set up a stream with that on it. Hold on a second. We got Kevin Smith and Knives in the house and a channel member. Appreciate all you guys. I don't know if y'all are enjoying the little member live we have on Saturday, but I've enjoyed it. It's been low key and I like it that way. Very Good Knife Company is in the house. Very Good Knife Company, the maker of the Tradition Junior and the Hawk, which my buddy A to Z EDC, after he saw this knife, my local buddy, went to the website and picked it up, which means I won't get to unbox it, but I will get to do a review of it, and I'll actually get to use it because he's my buddy and I know I can cut with it, where I didn't feel comfortable cutting a lot of stuff. I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is Very Good Knife Company's website. That's the Hawk. Awesome little USA made knife. All these are. So those are actually in stock and they're very, very affordable. And another thing I was going to tell you guys, and I needed to do, is sign up for the newsletter because you'll know when there drops. And I'm a slow typer, guys, and a bad speller. So the Hawks are in stock, but if you look at all models here, they're going to be down, I think, for a couple of weeks, but then they're going to jump back in full production. The Tradition Junior's the one that Lee let me check out, which I just fell in love with the grind of that knife. I just think it's gorgeous. And then as you look through, there's about a knife for every type of application that I can think of, even some specialty knives. Like I love this little mosquito. There's a lineman down here. This looks like it's like it says purpose built. I don't know what the necessarily purpose would be because I don't use knives like that, but I can imagine it would be great for ripping open just about anything. But anyway, Very Good Knife Company. There is a video that I put up today, as a matter of fact, that reviews this knife. And if you read the about section, is that spinning too hard? See, I was wondering about that. Let me show you what I can do. I've got a couple that I try to get something different for y'all each night. Let's see. Why is it not letting me move? Here we go. How about this? Is this better? Or is that still too spinny? Too spinny? Michael Upchurch, what's up? Guys, tell me which is too spinny. What I don't want to do is make y'all dizzy, have epileptic seizures. I don't want y'all to get nauseous because I can always go to just an absolute Lee Wolf, the man, the myth, the legend. Lee, I finished, and tomorrow's video is going to be the Asher. So I will put your package together tomorrow. And like I said, I loved it. Love, love, love. I met Jacob and talked to his wife. I didn't get her name and kind of learned their story. Totally impressed. I don't know if I told you, Lee, but my buddy A to Z EDC picked up the Hawk, one of the Hawks that were in stock. So I'm going to actually get to review that knife too. So I'm kind of stoked. But let me get up here and say hey to people. And y'all let me know if Mersault was spinning. Are you spinning or did Mersault just bail? Mersault's the type that would have just said, I'm out of here. Let's do this. Let's find something totally low key. Let's do a New York City background. There you go. There you go. So who have I not said hello to? I got in here. Let's see. I said, I didn't say hey to Douglas Wagner. I don't know if he's in here yet, but hey, Doug. We got Neil McKenzie, channel member, was in the house. Hope he's still here. Marco, hello, hello. Burnt Relics Tired. We're going to show off his work and his website here in just a second. We got Ed, channel member, in the house. Good to see you, Ed. I said hello to Brother Paul Mills, but it's always good to say hey to him again. We got Brother Donnie, Blessed Knives, some of the slickest knives in the business. I know Scotch and Things is absolutely so in love with his that he bought a matching second and a different model. So Donnie is on the way to making it happen. He's making it happen, but he's on the way, I think, to blowing up. I wish I was buying knives right now. Who else we got in the house? I said hey to Kevin, but I can always say hey to Kevin Smith and Knives again. Channel member, welcome, brother. Good to see you. Mayor Salt, I hope that the spinning has now stopped. We got a little cloud movement, motion sickness, Dramamine, patch behind the ear. I try to do a little something just because every time Said Stevie comes on, they've always got the cool backgrounds going. I can't find those in Canva, which I use 2 apps on my iPhone and my iPhone, plus a webcam in this for live streams. But everything else is just done through Canva. What's up, Rob 10 Ring, which is an app. I think I pay $4 a month for it. And then I have an app called Bazaar, which I really don't need, but I've gotten used to using it. Very good, Knife Co. Good to see you, buddy. Or team or family. They're a group of, I won't go into it, but absolutely fantastic people, make fantastic knives. I'll show you all a close up here of this Tradition Junior, and then we'll browse their website here in a little bit, because I've got several sites I thought we might jump around on if we want to, if I don't fall into just some random stream of consciousness. Seeing as I've got a lot of stuff on my mind, nothing that's really gonna make me benefit, so maybe I won't say it. I don't think it will really help anybody. I think basically pointing out the obvious is petty in a way. I don't know. I'm just rambling. My medication's not working like it used to. I've been working on that, getting that kind of fixed up. But Ron Dobbins, what is up, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see everybody. Lee has been responsible for the review yesterday, the review today, and the review tomorrow, as well as unboxings. And I can tell you, I talked to Justin at Asher Knives, and these will be coming back in. This is the Asher Fixie. He's also got a knife coming pretty soon called the Little Buddy. We'll look at it here in a second. It's a little bit smaller. I started the video. This is the video that comes out tomorrow. I've given away probably 9 Ashers on the show, and I kept my titanium. I gave away the titanium with thumb studs, but I kept my titanium Holy Spiro. It's not a fancy Warncliffe. It's just one of the older full tie S35VN Spiros. And it's such a great knife. So I started the video with that because that was really, I bought a 20CV liner lock version of that knife. The one I've got's a frame lock. But guys, this thing retailed for 130. When they were selling them out, they were 110. So it is, don't know who the OEM is, S90V, very tall, slicey EDC blade is what I would consider it. You know, it's not the type of thing that I would necessarily want to drive through a car door, but in terms of a fantastic carry and just a slicey little, roughly bug out size knife, it's a good one. And then this one, I was surprised, didn't get many views at all. This is a little custom by David Mary. And this is called the Riverhawk. It is a collaboration between New River Knives and David Murray Customs. It's a little AEBL kind of lazy hawkbill that has really sharp jimping here for your thumb, as well as up here for your finger. And I really enjoyed the utility of this knife. Super cutty, super good for, you know, if you were cutting roses, or if you were cutting vegetation, or if you were cutting open boxes, or if you were ripping cardboard apart. It's just a good knife. It's a knife that I didn't ever think I'd have much interest in. I've gotten some tips on how to keep it sharp with a ceramic rod. And then this knife, which is the one that Lee sent that blew me away. I've got his bird and trout already boxed up. But this guy right here, this is a special version, and we'll look at some of the special editions. This guy right here is Nitro V. You can also get it in ADCR V. But this is, for me, the perfect size and shape. I think of it kind of nest monkey because I don't have a very good vernacular when it comes to knives. But the grind is so unique and it's so perfectly even. The plunge grind and the grind along the blade are just absolutely fantastic. It's a deep hollow grind, thick tang, thick spine, but super, super slicey. So slicey that I'd like to therapeutically cut with this. And this is the one, Lee, I'm going to miss the most. I am a little bit, I guess, comforted by the fact that I'll get to check out the Hawk, but this knife is just amazing. I mean, it's just absolutely delightful. I don't know if y'all can see that. Am I on camera? Just a slicey little comfortable. And it's what I like about it is I'm not going to say heavy, but it's substantial, which I don't know if that's the carbon fiber handle, if that is the thickness of the stock, but it feels like a tool. I mean, it feels like, granted, this tip, I wouldn't want to be too abusive with it, but you could definitely jam this into something, one person, fruit, something. Great, great knife. And Lee, I hope you don't mind, but when you see the video, I carried it with an ulti clip, and I put this clip back on it. And then we've got another knife while we're sitting here showing knives that David Mary Customs made for Andrew Kidd. This is the Wrench Dog, which is a USA designer that partnered with a Canadian maker to do 18 little knives. They did 9 of these guard dogs, and they did 9 wrench dogs. Now, I'm going to get a chance to look at a wrench dog because it's being sent for me to check out. And it's kind of got a little bit of that hawk bill, but they call it a a sheep hawk because it's very, very gradual. And then been carrying this. I love this knife. This is the TKL Agent 002. And if you like a drop point, they've got an agent in a drop point. They've got 3 different agents, all with the same slim tactical grip with different blade configurations. TKL out of Georgia. They make these in 80 CRV or Nitro V. They're a little bit more of they're a family business, but they have bigger drops, I guess you'd say. They seem to do a lot when they do them. Dude, that's great, Michael. The 301, if I'm not mistaken, that is the Tonto, and it's one of the best Tontos. I'm telling you guys, Acid Test Kids, what is up? Tucson, I haven't been buying them because I haven't been buying knives, but I always enjoyed buying Tucson knives because I only had a couple, and one of them, I forget the number, but it just had a bad pocket clip. That was the only thing wrong with it, is the pocket clip was almost, unusable. Ron Dobbins, I'm doing great, buddy. I'm probably way behind. Donnie, dude, I love you, brother. Let me get caught up. Cheeto Stardust played guitar. What is up, Cheeto? So we got Stephen Clayton in the house. Stephen Clayton Jr. Good to see you, brother. Let's see if I missed anybody. I'm trying to get down here. We got Edgy. Edgy, I hope he is doing well. Everybody give positive vibes for Edgy. We want him home by Wednesday. We want him home by Wednesday. Scotty, what is up? Sobek Scooter, a.k.a. Scotty, a.k.a. my brother, who I haven't seen in a while. Good to see you, buddy. I've loved, Ron, the Asher Spiro. And as a matter of fact, those are in stock right now. I would love to try one of those out. I haven't had any good luck getting in touch with Austin. Because with those guys, like I say, I know you're small batch. I'm happy to send it back to you. I'll check it out. And usually I can turn it around if nothing comes up pretty quickly. But the Spiro Warney, if I'm not mistaken, is right here. And it looks like they still have a couple of those in stock. S90V or 20CV. So let's see. So there are 2 black carbon fiber available. There are silver carbon fiber in 20CV. It looks like this one runs silver carbon fiber in S90V. So there's one S90V silver. There is, it doesn't say, which means there must be plenty. And then there's 1 or 2 black. Now, I linked today the Fixie. All right, here's the little buddy. We'll look at that in a second because that one's coming. Am I sharing? I should check back to make sure y'all are seeing what I'm looking at because I've been really bad at. So here's the Asher Fixie, right? This is the knife that I was just showing you guys that I'm sending back to Lee. But what a great value, in my opinion. 7.4 inches. I thought it was about 7.25 when I measured it. A little bit longer, but I can't do the in-between measurements. And they probably hit the market at 130 and then went for 110. And then the little buddy, he said, should be, and this is going to be 7.1 inches. So it's going to be just a little bit smaller, 105 to 115. And it is going to be an S90V or 3V. It looks like a little bit more, maybe hard use knife. But anyway, I was a huge fan of Asher and used to collect a lot of their knives, a lot of Spiros, because it was a lot of bang for the buck. And they still are. Power out, dude, insane wins. Knives and Pizza, you must be west of me. I'm in Alabama, and we had that last night, and it was insane. Lee, the grind is just Too sexy. Dude, I hope you do. And keep an eye on your armhole. Keep an eye on your armhole, brother. And get home, get happy, get healthy. What is up, Kathleen? Welcome, young lady. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see. Stevie, what is up, brother? Yes, Scott. It's Scotty Scooter. Stevie. Mattisfaction. What is up? What is up, brother? Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. So I've sat here as I've gone through and greeted all you wonderful people. Joe Isabella, the man, the myth, and the legend. With all the positivity, Hugh Jordan, hello, hello, hello. This is not another knife channel. This is Javon's Knife Flicks. We hang out and we talk about knives and lives. I was going to go on a rant that was probably going to get me a lot of hate, but I have learned from the chat, Hugh, which is the type of lessons that I learn here, to control myself and not just say crazy shit, which means I could easily say crazy shit at any time. But it is a knife channel. And it is just another knife channel because it's all relative, right? So it is. We are knife people here. But we are more than just knife people. We are family. We are friends. We are a tribe. And you are welcome to join, dude. Everyone's welcome. Everyone is welcome. And again, if you get mouthy, somebody here will put you in timeout because they look out for each other. What is up, Kyle Coonley? But you are welcome, welcome, welcome. Stephen Wallace, good to see you, brother. Lee says it is the knife channel, and I appreciate that, Lee. I'm a top-down, non-editing kind of hat guy who loves knives, right? But I won't rant or unsub. Kyle just wants to see me stir it. No, we'll say crazy shit at some point. I always do. I can't help myself. I mean, I do my very, very best. But I also know that you guys, I know the people that hang out here are I'd be preaching to the choir. Y'all are all wise enough to know the things that drive me crazy. And I am going to make that video because I'm going to start doing those member thoughts. And the one thing, I mean, it's on my mind. I'm not going to rant about it tonight, but it is shilling. And what is shilling? And am I shill? Because I don't know. I don't think I am. I think I'm giving honest opinions of what I like. I always say when knives are sent to me, but I know that there are varying degrees and varying opinions on that. I learned that last night, you know, and well, I've known that. So anyway, I don't think that's a live rant because there's no, I mean, there are going to be people on all sides, you know, that think any channel is trying to sell you something. I have more value in my mind in y'all continuing to watch the channel because I've not sold you on a less than what I think's a killer knife, in my opinion. That's why I always say subjective, my opinion. Everybody likes different stuff. For example, I wouldn't consider a fixed blade in my first year and a half of collecting, but I do like to look at cool stuff. And I've got a pretty high threshold for One Moon. What is up, brother? Long time no see. Good to see you, buddy. But I do have a high threshold. For example, I'm not super, super picky. A good example of that, and I pointed out in my review, my Knoll Knives Voodoo that I bought on the secondary from a brother here in the community, and I knew it going in, is not able to be centered. There's probably a tiny little wobble in the blade. It would drive a lot of people crazy, but it doesn't. Mattisfaction, I've got a story on that. I'm not adopting another cat, but I will be part of finding here. This is a place we hang out Tuesdays. We hang out here on Fridays. Right before we go hang out with this guy, Mattisfaction, and said Stevie, Friday nights, we get, I mean, there's a 6-7 hours worth of hanging on Friday nights. So yeah, but talking about cats, my mom lost within, I don't know, about 3 weeks, she lost both of her cats. They were old. You got to eat, buddy, unless they're just keeping you totally pumped up. I saw that they brought you soup, and I know that's hard to kind of get down on. Kyle, you'll be happy to know my link tree got banned. So if we go to my link tree and we look at it, just so y'all know, people that enjoy knives, and I've emailed back and forth with them because I thought maybe, because one of the things that's a breach is firearms, PPUs, PP parts, and ammunition. Well, one of my links, which I don't have on my beacons, which is another link thing. And the reason the link thing I took the time to use was it seems easier if people wanted to use it. But I'm banned on that's my first banned, and I've emailed back and forth with them. At first they said they reviewed it and it was still banned. It was probably a bot. But anyway, fuck Linktree is the way I look at it. Sorry, Kathleen. I try not to cuss when you're around, sweetheart. I'm trying to be better at not cat. I totally agree. But I think satisfaction that all of the people that hang out here or in your chats, they know the difference. They can tell, right? I mean, I've got one that's probably going to be really controversial to you guys, who I do not look at as a shill. And y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I don't look at Metal Complex as a shill. I look at Metal Complex as a shower offer guy of knives, which I think is why he's successful. Now, is he my favorite? Have I seen some things go on that could start me down a road I don't want to go down? Yeah. I mean, so am I the biggest fan? No. Chef Rocky, what's up? But I don't think he's a shill. I think I know he has his favorites, but are those favorites because he really loves those type of knives? I started watching him when I first, which was probably right around the first time we were dealing with. I could be very wrong, Kyle. And again, I know he has favorite entities that he deals with. And I know now he has a knife that's directly, going to be beneficial to him. But I think I've never felt, again, I can see a lot of what I consider to be shilly-like behavior. But they advertise that they're going to be. If you look at Melissa's Instagram, I think her bio shows her hourly rate. I look at them as paid promotion participants. Nothing wrong with that. It's just a different thing, right? You can be a reviewer and you can take paid promotions. I wouldn't personally do it. I'm not disagreeing with that. And the gatekeeper and all the other, but I don't feel that he's shilly. And Kathleen, if you're open, because like I watched Melissa Backwoods trying to sell and ride an electronic bike that she almost rode right into the trees. It was actually a funny short, but that's, she's a personality, right? She was before she was in the knife community, or maybe she was in the knife community and then went and did her Discovery Channel stuff. But Taylor Martin, those guys, and what's the guy, Ron Kwok? Very, very talented people in what they do. I agree, but some people, I think marketing, and this is coming from a guy who is, or was when he was working, a professional marketer. If you are in the knife game, you do not have the avenues to market your products that anybody else does. You can't, it's a prohibited category in Google. So AdWords, you can't do search, paid search, and stuff like that. It's tough. They're stuck with social media. My point is, if there are people that like knives that can show knives, it just shows it gets. They can't do it on YouTube ads. They can't do it on commercials. It's just one of those things. I think the only way, again, I agree. What we need to do, I need to Google what shill, because I did the wrong thing with heirloom. Shill definition. Shill defined. All right, here we go, kids. We're gonna learn together, and don't forget this, because it's gonna be on our quiz at the end. What did we learn? So a shill is an accomplice of a hawker, gambler, or swindler who acts as an enthusiastic customer to entice or encourage. Okay, I can see that.
Shill.
All right. So if a shill is an accomplice of a hawker, gambler, or swindler, which would be the knife manufacturer, right? That's our subject. And then the person who I'm not going to name, who acts overly enthusiastic about how awesome it is, dude is awesome. As a matter of fact, that's why I have this out here, because this knife is a Satu Dave regrind. Right when he started doing regrinds. So now that we have the definition of shill, a shill is not the same as someone who says, hey, I'm paid by this company to advertise it. That's different. Someone who says, I'm a knife person who loves knives. I love all you, and I think you should go buy this knife now. Or this is the best knife ever, or this, that, or the other. I agree, Kyle, but the problem is, and I've learned this because Google's ban policies. I know this from being an AdWords manager who runs search campaigns. Every quarter, different categories get added to Google's prohibited categories. It happened to Facebook after Google. So the way Google goes, which YouTube is part of, is the way the advertising world goes. Our company that I used to work for, that I don't anymore, would follow Google's protocols for what they would put on the air, right? So Google added recently, and it's a real gray area, but what's a good way to put it? Couple enhancement shops are a banned category. CBD oil, banned category. Vape products are banned categories. We all need more money, brother. I'll tell you, it's you're not a shill, Stevie. Dane, what's going on, brother? But again, people are going to think, and everybody has a different, that's why I wanted to look up what a shill was. So when I look at the gawker part of it, the knife company, or the accomplice, the gambler or swindler, tells me that a shill, to be an effective shill, you've got to kind of do it on the down low, where you're a channel, not a paid promotion. Because if you say you're doing a paid promotion, you're telling them this is an ad, which is different because there's no swindling or false flag shit going on there. Guys, when we switch from Celsius to Crescent 9 is when the conversation will get more intriguing. So is everybody having and see, the funny thing is about that, there've been a couple of drops that I've shared links on that I sold. I would think many knives. A lot of them were Devos because I'm a Devo fan. Up to a point, I don't like the stout, never did, but the buzz and the mash and the nip, I bought a bunch of them. I've had a nip light given to me by Kev. The rest I bought. I just was a fan. But you don't make a lot of cash. It's like 5%, which is nice. I mean, it's nice if you sell enough stuff, but I'm not in it to sell stuff. What I think is, and I would never use anybody's, but if you use creators' links, it just does help feed their little beast. So there are a lot of creators out there that should all benefit from when we buy knives. We should use each other's links and discount codes if you get them. But I mean, use other people's, use everybody's. And let me find it because I saw it on one of her. Let me go to, and it may have been on a story. Let's see. Oh, she's changed it. Solo Traveler, Primitive Survivalist on Discovery Channel. That's not it. That's 318 followers. That's not her. Hold on. There are a lot of fake ones out there. She's going to be verified, and I'm not seeing her. Hold on a second. Let's make sure we find, because she'll have, that's not her. I know it's not her. 99 followers. There she is. 23. Next live stream. What's not? I'm not seeing it. You're right. It used to be there. Let's see if it was on her. Let's see if it was. I saw it somewhere. Videographer. Maybe it's on her website. Because again, she was a kind of a C-Lab before she ever got into the knife game. I think this might have her. Let's see. And for her knife and gear reviews, blah, blah, blah. That's not paid promotion. That's different. Where's her media kit? I saw it on here somewhere, and I wasn't digging this far. Send all business inquiries. Yeah, maybe she changed it. But I think if you look at, because I've seen paid promotions on her stuff, which is a little tag that you put on there. And you don't put it on there. You just tell YouTube that it's a paid promotion. It's a little tag. I was trying to find that bike because there was a biking video that she did on Instagram. Let's go back to her Instagram. And there was a bike down here somewhere. It was in a story, so it might not. And I'm almost sure it says paid promotion. Because again, I think she's a pro, so she knows how to. Let's see. There it is. Is that it? Nope. That's not it. Anyway, yeah. I mean, and we'll look at Taylor Martin too, because I think if you're doing it, if you're like straight out working with a company, to do, specific reviews, you've got to put paid promotion because it's not at that point your opinion of whatever you're looking at. And I know people's opinions can get taunted too. We can have that discussion. But at the same time, I think, where's that gosh darn bike? Because it's funny because she almost wrecks it and it's a electric bike. But anyway, one thing I'll say about Melissa is she's legit. I mean, in what she's able to do as an athlete, as an outdoors person. And I don't even know if I'm a follower. I don't think I'm a follower. Maybe I am. But anyways, yeah, she's definitely I've seen her at the last 2 Blade shows, and that was the first Blade show I saw her at was 2023, I believe. I don't think I saw her 2022, or maybe I just didn't notice because she had a booth, or she had at one of the knife booths, they had no, I'm not following her, but they had a picture of her. So she works for a lot of different knife companies, kind of like the face of there, maybe, but she's a pro. Well, she's a pro in the fact that she's got credibility, in my opinion. I mean, I didn't watch Naked and Afraid, but I've watched it before, and it's something that freaks me out. The thought of being out in the woods, period, like Survivor, I would die or like volunteer to get voted off the island. I'm not there to get eaten by bugs. That would suck. But I think she knows her stuff. I mean, I do, but, I do think that she, if I'm not mistaken, she markets more than just knives. And then again, when you let's look at Ron. I won't make y'all look at it. But I think Taylor, I'm not a fan of his personally, and I've met him in person and didn't get a warm fuzzy at all. Let's see. Is it Casper Tech? Is that him? Yeah, Best Damn EDC. Is this Taylor Martin right here? Hold on. See, when I watched his stuff back in the day, I knew he was selling stuff. Human multi-tool pockets always full of stuff. Any links? And then the other one was what's the guy Everyday Minimalist's name? What was I don't even want to look for that one. All right, somebody throw it out there. Everyday Minimalist. What was his name? Brian Crispy Critter. What's up, brother? Crispy Critter, I hope you're on your perch, man. I hope it's not too cold for you to enjoy it. I hope it's not too cold to enjoy it. But no, my whole thing is I was going to do a little, and I will still do a video about it, but I can spot that stuff, and I always could. That's why I'd look at a lot of different channels, get an idea about a knife that I was interested in, and yeah, I would get aware of it from a video, just like I get made aware of knives from you guys every live stream. We'll go look at one. Like I got made aware of a very good knife company from Lee sending it in. I didn't even know these guys existed. And now they're like, I mean, I think they're awesome. Or like Donnie. I mean, I knew Donnie existed. And what's wild is Donnie and I stood like 3 feet apart at a Blade show outside. He was with brother Dopey, and I was with Tad, Dark Gravity, and his son. Mere Salt, what is up, brother? A Minnesota 6. A Minnesota 6. I agree. I absolutely agree. And again, she's not anything that she likes. Chances are I'm not going to like the same type stuff. And there are channels that I'll watch just because I want to see something different. I don't watch a lot of MC's content, but there's stuff I see on there that I wouldn't really see anywhere else. That doesn't mean I'm going to go buy it. And I don't think he ever says, and there's some that do, but I don't think he's one that ever says, go buy this. I think he's always, if it suits you, blah, blah, blah. There's a link that would help me if you use it. And I don't think having links in your description of all your knife companies is a bad thing. And I used to fight it vigorously because I didn't understand it, I guess. And the basic understanding of it is if someone's going to buy a knife anyway, if they use this link, is that me shilling for them to use the link? I don't know. Oh, Hugh, buddy, if you watch a channel, if you're a knife guy or if you're an RC guy or a drone guy and you watch channels, you can tell when someone is using persuasive speaking styles, right? There's that persuasive speaking, and then there's objective speaking or informative speaking. Persuasive has like urgency built into it. Before they're gone, best ever stuff like there's different for me that I look for. And again, this is coming from a marketing background. There's certain things I look for, but in YouTube it's tricky because there's so many people that are playing the title algorithm game, which you almost need to play to be successful. I'm not good at it. All I do is diarrhea mouth shorts out there every day. Kevin lefty EDC. I like him. The one with the mustache, he sounds dishonest. That's brother Cole, and no comment there, but you can pick it out, dude. I'm telling you, you will. No one, these channels are free. My advice is free. If you reach out to me and if it's in the comment section, I'm terrible about that. I'm not even going to get into my emotional disabilities right now, but comment section is one of them I kind of avoid. But if you ever text me or email me a question, I will always answer it because I'm a knife guy. I like it. I might not have the right answer because I don't know hardly anything except that I really like knives and I like to experience different knives, like this one that Tactical Cherry is doing with Concept, which I'm a huge fan of. As far as design knives that have come out of the community, this one fits my hand better than any other knife. It's called the Orlock. It doesn't even have a release date yet, but it's going to be a concept knife. And my understanding is it's going to be under $120 in S35 and tie. But I like knives, right? I don't know. HRC, Shane educates me on a ton of stuff. Kyle Coonley educates me on a ton of stuff. And I think we've all got to be willing, A, to get wiser, but B, to be more open to understand that people are going to like different stuff. People are going to identify with different creators. Some people are going to love people that I might not have the time for or put the time into for whatever reason, but that doesn't make them wrong. That doesn't make me right for going out and pointing out things that should be obvious to most people. It just makes me kind of an ass, kind of a narc in a way, kind of a narky ass. I don't want to be those things. And I think you guys, Elmer is, One Moon. I watched him early on, and when he got off on Mario, who I haven't seen him forever, for talking about PPs in his chat and got all lectury, I checked out. That was just, to me, that was cringe. No, Hugh, I'm not a big fan of now. Again, everybody likes different stuff. check him out. I would say subscribe to a lot of knife channels. Find all of them, right? And then the ones you like are the ones you like, because everybody's different. Everybody likes different stuff. And that's the beautiful thing about the community, right? I mean, I could sit here and talk absolute shit about people who I know a lot of people love, and I wouldn't be right to do that. My opinion doesn't make me right. It just makes me opinionated, you know? And I think everybody kind of gets to where they're going at their own pace, and we don't always arrive at the same place, and that's okay. Yeah, huge. If you want a good live stream Sunday nights, go subscribe to Edgy American. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put his page up here. Give me a second. And if you go to my page, I've got my favorites listed on there. Some of them, it needs to be probably updated. But this guy right here is a maker. So you get it from, and he has a live stream with another maker. Hey, have a good night, buddy. Take care, Jacob. But Edgy's lives are absolutely, this guy right here, are absolutely epic. They're Sunday nights. And Donnie, Blessed Knives, who's also a custom maker, we'll look at his stuff here in a second. They're great lives. There's a live called Said Faction, which is Said Stevie and Faction, two guys that you should, if I was looking for people to follow, I followed these guys early on. So you got brother Said Stevie. We get to his channel, even though y'all are all mods, and I should make you share your own shit because, you know, I'll get sidetracked. But there is brother Said Stevie, and every Friday night after my live, I try to end in time for their live. They go live on one of their two channels. I'm about to give you the other channel. So Friday nights, there's usually like 6 hours of live knife content from about 8. And there's more than that because there's Bees Blades, no comment. There's Metal Complex does his big giveaway on Friday nights early. Eonan's Edge, absolutely. That's a channel that we all need to get back and support. Let me put Eonan up there. And I'm gonna get you kids to share links to help these kiddos out, because I will sit here and just miss everything. So I'm gonna drop Eonan in there. And I would go follow all these guys. There are also some, I mean, there's just some great people in the community. And it's not as much about YouTubers as it is about humans. And these guys, I know them all as humans. I've spent time with them, broken bread with them. They're legit people. And the way I look at it is, if you're credible, you get one chance at your credibility, right? So that's something for people to judge. So I think those people who want to do this for a while and don't want people to hate them and like droids, they're not going to lead you down a bad road for money. Now, does that mean everybody won't lead you down a bad road for money? No, dude. Logan Paul crypto dumped like what, 3 or 4 times and still popular as shit. These people get forgiven. It's crazy. It's insane. I mean, there's so much grifting that goes on out there that's just blatant, taking advantage of people's audiences to make money off them, which is wrong. I just think it's shitty. And I mean, it happens. It's everywhere. I'm not familiar with him, Toyotas and Tools. He seems, I've watched some of his content. He seems totally legit. I need to, let me find that channel because I'll share it. I'm not familiar, but I trust you guys. Hold on a second. We all judge. what was that called? Where am I? Juggle Knives. I mean, they're great creators out there because there's so many that I'm not even aware of. So I'm going to subscribe here to this dude and check him out. He's doing some kind of workout right now. More power to him. But I'm going to share his link. And again, just check it out. And if you want to do something really weird, except it doesn't work. Let's see. I don't think it's working. Let's see if my Rumble stream ever went live. No, it just sits there and spins. I don't know why. Half the time it'll go live, half the time it won't. So I need to go in here and end this bitch. Go live. In live stream. Yes, I'm going to end it because nobody's. So what I want to do, not because I want to cuss and stuff. Roman M, what is going on, brother? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jane. What I want to do is sometime do a Rumble stream because I want to learn how that studio works. It's a shitty platform. I'll go ahead and tell you. It's not all it's cracked up to be. And I can't imagine. What's funny is that it view bots. So you'll go over there and you'll stream and I'll go look and I'll have like 15 people watching. And I know 15 people aren't over there watching. But unfortunately, it's got a weird API. Kyle, that's true. And it's probably not a shitty platform. I don't know how to use it yet. And I don't have the bandwidth. Not because I don't have the free time. It's just for me to try to do more than I'm trying to keep videos up there. I think I've got like 74 just in case the apocalypse comes. The YouTube apocalypse of some sort that have somewhere to, to continue to post content. Cause I don't save my videos, guys. I don't have hard drives backing up my stuff. I just don't do that. It's just it is tough to watch stuff on. Let me tell you something. It is an ad chock full of shit. There's so many ads to watch any content over there. And if you're watching content live over there, ads happen like every 30 or 45 seconds. YouTube's the way to go if you can keep everything, and there's no reason, I don't think, if you're mature, and I'm an old dude, so I guess if I was a young kid, it might be hard, but to not violate terms of service, right? It's just one of those things. Free speech is absolutely needs to be supported, Kyle. And something that Rumble is in need of, I know for a fact, is subscribers. They need paid subscribers over there because rumor that I read about or watch on some of the channels I watch on YouTube is that it might be in trouble now that there's another president that's going to be in office, that it might not have the same funding that it had before. I don't know anything about that. I just know that I've heard whisperings like that. It's not funded by a casino like Kick is. That's why Kick's able to get away with crazy, crazy stuff because it's state casino that's basically paying those kids that are streaming multi-million-dollar contracts to shill gambling. That's what that platform is set up for. It is to shill, that is, mislead little kids into a world of gambling by gambling live on stream X amount of hours each week. It's part of the contract. So to me, that's abhorrible. But there's platforms for everybody. And there's this new one. I forget what it's called. And the only reason I know about it is because people that are getting banned on Kick are starting to go there. So it's just the generation of brain rot is absolutely at all-time record levels. Our society is, bless us. Bless us, bless us, bless us. Willie, he is, I've met him personally and he's a really nice guy. His wife is a really nice person. I cannot stomach his content. I can't watch it. It makes me cringe because I used to watch it when he first started, and he was a different guy on screen, but super nice guy in person. Absolutely nice guy, but everybody likes different content, right? I'm not a judge of any of that because I'm a hack. I'll be the first to tell you, on the back side of this computer, I've got a little tripod that sits at an angle. I stick a phone on there. I use a wireless mic that I plug into my hat and plug into my cell phone, and I shoot a video. Then I upload that bullshit. And, you know, if I need to do better, I need to put more work into it. Just for me, I don't have, yeah, I do. My voice changer is my Cole voice.
This is my Cole voice. Welcome, welcome. $5, put you on the tree.
Yeah. Winner. Chicken dinner. You know what I think about that?
Loser.
But anyway, and I can say that about Cole because he and I are personal friends. I love him as a brother. I'm friends with his wife. He stayed with me at Blade Show 2022. We broke bread together. I just don't buy into the shit. There's just different stuff that is different for me. And I used to. So I've evolved in some weird way. Well, I mean, things happen, right? I mean, there's going to be something that's going to happen along the way in any community where you're going to get sore. And the worst thing for a content creator like me or someone like me is if one of you gets sore. And unlike some of you who I totally respect because you'll reach out to me via DM and tell me when I stepped out of line because I need that help because I'm never intending to, but I know I can sometimes say stupid shit. I don't have a speed bump between my brain and my mouth. So sometimes an idea that rolls out can be interpreted a lot of different ways. But the biggest fear to a creator, I would think, is offending people or a group of people and not realizing it. You know, and then them just say, I'm done with you. And that happens, right? Because people mature out of shit. I do need life bumpers. I need one of those special life helmets and one of those balls to roll around in, those inflatable balls. Thank you, Willie. I will definitely have speed bump failures all the time. Toyota, the truth of the matter is, the first time, now I think I'd heard it on a live stream, but I went through that bullshit in real life and thought that I might have been being stalked by a bobcat because it was in LJ, Georgia, and he was meeting us at a house that my buddy A to Z owns, and it's a rental vacation property. So it's a gated community that's on a creek in the mountains. And I told him, when you get to the gate, you got to call me because I've got to come let you in. He didn't do that. He started walking up the road, but all the houses are down by this creek. So you can't, he walked right past. So I walked down to the gate because I knew he was there. And Kara's sitting down there by herself in her car. She said, no, he walked up there looking for the house. I said, he's never going to find it. So I'm walking up the hill and I'm screaming, Cole, Cole. I don't hear anything. So I get higher up the hill, way past where I was supposed to turn off. I'm getting tired at this point. And I hear this high pitched, John. I was like, is that a fucking mountain lion? What is that, a bobcat? And it was Cole. He was coming down and it was his normal voice being loud, which was fine. You know, I don't find his normal voice unusual unless you're used to hearing his unusual voice. If you hear the unusual voice all the time and that becomes your normal, and then you meet them and their voice is normal. Guys, I like Jared. I'm a friend of Jared's. I don't I don't follow a lot of channels anymore just because I don't have time. But I know there are a lot of different feelings about a lot of different creators. But these guys that I met, even though they're all different, they're Cole is very entertaining. He is. I'm trying to think of a euphemistic way to. I'm not going to find one. He's a very entertaining guy, and he puts a lot of work into his content, and his sound effects, when used correctly, are kind of annoying. But I'm guilty of that. You know, I'm the same. I'll go
Loser.
you know, or I'll go, Cole, who's that? So sound effects are annoying. He's very quick-witted, and Cole and I deal with the same, a very similar condition, we'll say. What it's not for me to point out. Everybody has different ways of being themselves, right? And I'm the last person to judge what someone's authenticity is. So there's every possible reason that Cole's 100% authentic. That's just he's being him, right? Different strokes for different folks. He's a nice guy in person. I didn't spend as much time with him as I did with Kara because she'd stay down and watch hockey with us. He was big into editing when he'd get back from the show because it was his first Blade show when I met him. And so he'd shoot during the show. And then this was before I had a channel. And then he'd go get home and go up and edit. You know, we'd watch hockey, hang out, catch a buzz, have a good time. So, but he's a nice guy, you know, and I think all these people are nice. They just all have different agendas. Everybody's got a different agenda, you know. Some people, and I don't think their agendas, I can't say that in a blanket statement either. Damn. See, I have a hard time. I have to bite my tongue. Willie, you found the right channel. If you don't like editing and you like to the point stuff and blabber, I try to show off cool shit. But I know very little except I can open Amazon packages. I can break down cardboard like a beast, and I'm a paper slicing machine. But outside of that, I can use a ferro rod very well, as a matter of fact. I got that practice at Blade Show, staying in LJ, using my little LT Wright Frontier First, which has got the sharpest spine of any knife I have. You could almost cut yourself on it. I still struggle with it. I still struggle with paper cutting. I really, really do. Let me get something here pulled up. Hold on one second. Because I got to share another link. But I'm learning, guys. I started the channel a couple of years ago doing just shorts so I could do and help Shane, and then with Knives Live and do a little live spot. That was cool. And we did that a couple years. And then I kept my channel and kept uploading shorts and started doing, I think my first spoken word video, I forget if it was 2022, December, something like that. I'm learning. I'm brand new at this and do it for fun. But y'all go check out Burnt Relic's website because I get such the warm fuzzies from that, which is a art piece on wood. A brother, rest in peace, Jason Grant. Jason Grant Day is coming up. And that was created by Burnt Relic. And it is awesome. Absolutely awesome. As a matter of fact, I put the site up there. Awesome. Chicka, 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 chicka. What was that, Maddie? I don't like the cut of your jib. Hey, Willie, what you got to understand is people in here, if they don't jib and jab, they're not showing love. Like Stevie's onto something. Y'all are onto something. See, I'm here for the comments, and I never read them. I know, Kathleen, and I've been guilty. I know, and yeah, there are some that are very intolerable, and I participate in one of them in a lot of ways. To people who don't like language, that's why I put a parental advisory lyric on mine, because I'm known to have a potty mouth, and sometimes I'll go off on rants, and then I have guests that also have potty mouths, and they like to, enjoy their cocktails. So it gets a little rowdy, but we're all grown-ups, and I try to keep a lid on it, but there's just so much you can do. Just so much you can do. I want everybody to have a place in my lives, and I know that doesn't mean everybody's going to get along, and I mean that's going to, that not everybody's going to gel, but I want everybody to feel comfortable. But I realize that if I'm being John, who says fuck more than he should and goes off on random ass tangents that sometimes throw people in the grease, not intentionally, just because I'm painfully honest, I speak my mind. I don't do it to alienate people, but it's a risk. Anytime you do lives and you do hours and hours of lives, I can't imagine an employer looking through my lives and not finding shit to be just mortified by, right? I mean, because I'm always going to say stupid shit. I just do. I mean, you can't talk to a group of people that aren't talking back and not have your brain just get weird and say stupid shit. It just happens. And it's okay. I feel like it's good, right? It shows a human side. If you say something stupid, or like me, when I'm reviewing a Microtech, I will always say sometime in that review, Microsoft, the Microsoft Stitch RAM lock, blah, because I'm brain dead. 63 dead shows. I'm the veteran of the psychic wars, man. I'm lucky to be alive. So if I forget stuff, I always try to correct it in the description, but I will say wrong stuff. And I'm sure people have a blast, with telling me that in the comments. Unfortunately, I just don't look at them because I'm not able to get to them. I want to. It's overwhelming, because if I could train my brain to go in and say, okay, starting tomorrow, I'm going to reply to every comment. I could manage that from now till the end of time. But what would happen, the way my brain works, is all those people that left comments that I haven't replied to, I have to go back and answer those, and I'd be a prisoner of it forever, because I've taken too long, right? Some guys are comment guys, which I know is important, but I'm more just a content guy. The comments that I try to communicate are live, and that's just a cop out because I don't read the comments. And Kathleen, that's true. I mean, they're different things that some people find extremely off-putting. And I'm thinking of one that is probably different than one that you're describing, that I feel like is invading my personal space. And it's unputting. And I'm sure that there's some people who probably find that desirable. I don't know why. But there's a lot of choices. And I think the bottom line is, the more choices in anything, the better off we are. Maybe. I think we have to have choices. We used to say, if you don't like it, change the channel. Now you can just search Knife Live or Knife Video and find a different one. That's hardcore. And I'll be honest with you, Burnt. I think Rob is a very, very nice guy. I like him. I like his take on knives. The whole kazoo thing hurts my head. I've got tinnitus. I stood in front of an amplifier for a lot of my developmental years, primarily on my left side. The kazoo rattles my fucking head. It hurts. And see, do y'all know about Pavlov's dog? Ring the bell, give Pavlov's dog some food. Pavlov's dog would get all pumped up and salivate. After a while, you could just ring the bell and the dog would salivate, right? There's methodology there. Pavlov was a psychologist, if I'm not mistaken. I could easily be mistaken. I think he was a psychologist, and he was trying to determine suggestive thoughts, right? So ring the bell, ring the bell. I'm drooling because I know I'm going to get fed. Blow the kazoo, blow the kazoo. Cha-ching. Hashtag winning. We all have fun. Everybody does their own thing. And I think it's up to everybody, anybody, to run their channel and their show however they want to. And I enjoy it. I enjoy Rob's show. I'll watch it a lot of Monday nights. You know, it's all good. I've gotten real bad lately where I used to have not a whole week, but I'd always have about 3 or 4 videos in my queue. So I would have, if I didn't record a video tonight, which luckily tonight I've already recorded one, but I don't have that push anymore. I'm having to record a video a day to keep my daily content coming out. So the reason I say that is get ready for some interesting shit is the best way to say it. Some cool unboxings coming up, but some interesting collection videos. And I still have not finished my I did my collection dive that there's a playlist for that I went through my collection about 3-4 months ago, but I never went through the fixed blades in there. Willie's funny. See, the whole thing is the way I look at it, and the lives that I used to go to, like Grateful Panics, where I met Shane, and where we became good friends and learned that we lived about less than an hour apart. Then had lunch together, which was awesome, but is in the chat, giving you guys a place to hang out. Bless, you are welcome, dude. Anytime. We'll set a time. You can come Friday. We'll have a Bless Knives. You can be my guest that night. We can talk about you. We can just hang out, talk about your knives. I'd love that. Hit me up on Instagram, dude, and I'll send you my number. Matter of fact, I'll send you my number now, but you can't reach me now because my phone is also my my camera that's looking down right now. Hold on a sec. Bless. Donnie, I'm going to send you my number. Text me before you call me. When you call me tomorrow sometime. I'm always available, but just text me first so I know it's you and you don't go to voicemail because newsflash, I don't even check my voicemail. Hold on. I had to think about my number. Damn. There it is. All right. Donnie, call me Call me tomorrow. Maybe if you want to, we can do something this Friday, or if you want to do something another Friday, we can. I mean, you're welcome anytime, dude. I love having people that can talk about, and I'd love to have Shane too. Shane gets on from time to time. But I like when y'all throw. I can't. What'll happen is if I get a call, that camera will go out, which is fine. It can go out because it doesn't, because I don't pay for StreamYard creeps their prices up. I'm thinking about Streamlabs. I've never tried it. If any of y'all have, I'd be curious what you think about it because it's about half price. But StreamYards lets you use one camera for the tier that I'm on. But I can invite a guest like Donnie, but I just invite my camera. But I don't think it's getting the 1080p, which is all I'm able to broadcast at because I don't have the next level up, which is like, how much is it? It's ridiculous. I mean, I can justify spending, I think I'm spending $50 for it. But if Streamlabs, and see, there are places that you can do it for free if you use what's it called? OBS, which is a software that you can hook your camera up to. Then you can just use YouTube and stream. But StreamYard, if I wanted to have better, what the fuck? Let's see here. If I wanted to have better resolution, yeah, let's go to pricing. I don't want to get started. What's that do? It just takes me to my thing because I'm already fucking StreamYard customer, so I can't look at it. But it's up there. And Streamlabs, which my understanding is, I know for a fact Streamlabs has plugins for Stream Deck, which is a little thing I've used on my iPad to trigger things to happen. So Streamlabs is a different streaming platform. And I know other people, other creators, knife creators use different stuff. I think Cole uses OBS. So this is Streamlabs, right? So it does the same thing. It appears to do the same thing. But it does it cheaper. Let's see. How much is that? I need to find a new streaming software because I'm not super happy with StreamYard, but I don't want to try to learn something new either. So who knows? Pitt, what's going on, brother? I didn't see you come in. I miss a lot of you guys. Dane, I'll share Bless's Instagram with you guys. Hold on a second. Let's do this. Let's go share. And you can look at some handmade, beautiful, beautiful knives. That's the video, was it? Not playing. Maybe it's just music. But Donnie makes these beautiful knives by hand. He makes everything. My understanding is, except for the hardware, that he makes the clip, the thumb studs, the blade, back spacers, scales, everything. All by hand, not CNC'd. And that's got a lock bar insert in it. And that's one that Brother Scotch and Things bought. But let's look at that blade. And that's done by a guy in his hand and tools. Like a Dremel, but not a Dremel. Like, hand tools. And not a Dremel. That was a stupid analogy. But that shows how much I know about making shit. But not CNC. So that shows you Scotch's knife, the one we were just looking at, all the components, all of it made by hand in America, in Nebraska, actually. That comes out to be just awesome art. Look at the grind on that bitch. Let's do this. If we stop there, let's make sure y'all have Donnie. Y'all go follow Donnie and subscribe to him if you're not, or just follow him so you can see his posts, because you get knife updates, stuff he's making, see stuff in the shop, see finished knives, cool stuff. Oh, guys, his blades. Let me show you some more while we're looking at it. Okay, let's make sure I'm looking at the right place. Look at the jimping. Those are handmade blades, guys. Said Stevie has one. Said Stevie, who's in the chat or was in the chat, has this one right here. This said Stevie. Uh-oh. Is that not sick? Custom means get it the way you want it. Wu-Tang, baby. But look at the fit, the finish, and wrap your head around. It's done by hand, so it wasn't done with a CNC machine. Not that there's anything wrong with a CNC machine. It's just not the same. Look at that Damascus or Zircuti. It's a beautiful specimen, Donnie. I think it's called the Ripley, if I'm not mistaken. Is it? Might not be the Ripley, huh? What's that one called? But yeah, I mean, knives ready to be worked on, but all the components to go into each person's one of a kind, handcrafted, custom knife. Outstanding, my friend. I'll go follow Donnie. Look, he's grinding fingers for you. He's putting in the work and making just beautiful, beautiful knives. Look at that cutout. Look at the gems. The gems are what? In the swedge and just perfectly centered. Just gorgeous. Look at the titanium on the pivot. Not the titanium, the micarta. Duh. See, I'll say shit like that. Look at that fucking choil. That's just sick, Donnie. Y'all go follow Donnie. Give him some love. Give him some love. Give him a follow. Give him a follow. I'll drop it in the chat again in case you guys missed it so you don't have to go chase it down. Hey, Sook. Sook. Am I pronouncing that right? I hope I am. Hey, guys, I'm going to let y'all chill for 1 second. I am going to go to the little boys' room. It won't take me but, 2 minutes, maybe a minute. I hope y'all don't go anywhere. I hope y'all decide to hang around. I will be back. I just have to, my, what do you call it? Celsius is running through me. I'll be right back.
Sex, do it right. Sex, through the night. Sex, do it right. Sex, through the night. Sex is the only thing that matter nowadays. If you're looking for some women, there's a platter nowadays. Everybody BBL, that's a fatter nowadays. But it isn't God made, that don't matter these days. I got a strong addiction. Uncle tried to tell me too grown to listen. Itching for a nut, I'm prone to fix it. Scrolling through my phone, I'm on a mission. Sex, do it right. Sex, through the night. Sex, do it right. Sex, through the night. Looking out my window, it's some girls outside. So I grabbed my keys, I told her get in my ride. Looking for that good sex, cause it's been a long time. She get wet, I'm trying to get on her slide. Sex, do it right. Sex, through the night. Sex, do it right. Sex, through the night.
And we're back. Hope I didn't lose too many of y'all. I had to do that. I was dying. It was getting painful. It was getting painful. Ooh, man, what's going on, buddy? The Hydro. Kubi Hydro. Kubi Hydro. So, I guess I need to go Hydro Knife. It's asking me to search for more than I was. Ooh, that's a pretty one. So did you anodize it, man, or what'd you do? Let's go to whoops. I'm Googling, guys. Bear with me. I was going to pull up Mad's Etsy store. I think, are you still selling through Etsy, Mad? Let's see what's on the Etsy store. Yeah, here it is, guys. That is Mad's Etsy store. Does cool Hanks. I think he does custom too. I believe. I believe. I believe. I believe. Those are to wrap your little wieners in. Mad Yucko is a Hank maker, amongst other things. I remember, see, I'm old enough to have had some sewing classes. I had to take home ec in 9th grade. That's the first time it snowed in my nose too. But anyway, the thimble is kind of part to keep you from jabbing your damn finger. Mad, Paul's going to be in soon. Wiener wraps. Hanky Hanks. I don't have one of Mad's Hanks here. I've got several Hanks. They're great for wiping your knives with. They're great for taking pictures with. They're great for wiping your glasses, blowing your nose, cum rags, you name it. They are like multifaceted EDC tools. Y'all should see the emails I'm sending back. One of the affiliates that I never post that I just hold on. Let me find it. Nope, not that. It is. Let me go to my affiliates. It's not a knife product, but I've tried to convince them that it could be EDC transportation. Log in. And look at this. Send that. I want to do it right now. Damn it. Damn. Bear with me, guys. I'm getting harassed. I'm getting harassed by here it is. Let me copy that. Let me paste it. Bang, bang, verify. And let me show you. Let me show you. If this is something y'all would be interested in seeing on the channel. I don't know if y'all know about my other hobby. I roll fast. And I'm trying to get them to send me a belt-driven zealot that goes 30 miles per hour and goes up to 25 to 30 miles. With me on it, would go 35 miles. Throw it in your trunk. when you get to where you can park and you need to commute another mile or two, you jump on your boosted, away you go, your backfire, zoom. I would absolutely kill myself on one of those. I use them, Kyle, to take pictures on, and I like them because I think of them kind of as art. And the ones like I've gotten from Forrest, one of them's the early EDC roundtable one. I've got some Forrest tanks over there that are so old they were predate the EDC roundtable. My mushroom Hank. I've given away a lot of Hanks on giveaways, but they're just, yeah, they're great for taking pictures with. I don't carry a Hank daily. A lot of people do. It's not part of my EDC like it should be if I was legit, but I'm telling you that I don't carry it, so that's kind of legit. I carry a slip joint in my left pocket. I'm carrying this little guy today. I carry a primary folder in my right pocket. And I carry an EDC fixie in my back pocket. But since I'm sitting down, all these are set up for back pocket carry. That's just the way I roll with them. And the ones I use the most, like when a package comes, is typically the fixed blade. If, however, I'm hard leaning into one of my chickadees, they're so little tiny and handy that I carry them right to the right of my belt buckle on one strap. This is the little 20 CV one. And I don't carry these little guys in my pocket. They are right to the right of my belt buckle. I would call it maybe 12:15, 12:20 on a clock if my belt buckle was noon. The little guys just seem to carry better that way, and they're easier to get into than my back pocket because I like to set my back pocket up for deeper carry. So I'll let my clip right up a little higher, which means I have to reach down in my pocket a little further to get the knife. I guess. The point is the chickadee is not handmade, Willie. It is handcrafted. It is CNC cut out, but it is, yeah, it's one of those, I guess you'd call it, and I'll let Donnie or Shane or somebody answer. He makes them in a little shed. He has his blades cut out CNC, but he heat treats them. What is the thing behind you with the tail? Dude, that is a little thing I found on Amazon. Let me show it to you. That I thought was cool, and I picked it up. It is a pixel art is what it's called. Do you guys remember like the Pac-Man that you see? That's a 16 by 16. They do 64 by 64, but you can go into the community and you can find all kinds of different art for it, right? So you can have, for example, let me share. It's this thing right here. And it wasn't that much. I got it on sale. But it's a little art tablet. And if you get some of the different ones, the 64 by 64, you can download pictures. So I can go in here and I can find just some community weird ass picture Everything's Christmassy. I don't want Christmassy shit. Not yet. I'm gonna go with this though. We'll do something that will make y'all dizzy. Let's see if I do that. Put it to custom one. We'll go back and we'll change this to this, and there should be a Snoopy in this one. This one should have Snoopy in it. Let's see. Nope, not that one. Anyway, it's just a little junky thing that I got to put back there to play with. And now I can't find. There it is. Yeah. So we'll go with that one. See if it changes. That should change all the art that comes around. And it plugs into your social media. Now, it does not really compare to the chickadee, but the chickadee is a winner. Also, the piranha is a winner by TKL. If you like small knives, there is a plethora of winners. This is probably one of the coolest, the KEWL, because this is handmade. This is a Gen 1, one of the first 5 squalls, mini squalls that Luck Knives ever made. Of course, Lefty sold it to me probably for more than he paid for it, but I really like it. It's Magna cut. It's super rough compared to the squalls he's making now, but that's why I like it. No, I just like a knife that when I jab it into somebody's head, I've got a good grip of it. So I've got smaller hands. So smaller knives work for me. They cut what I need to cut. And I'm usually cutting open Amazon packages. I'm cutting paracord. I'm cutting cat food. Or somebody's smarting off or coming after my Slurpee. And you got to do what you got to do. You know, stand your ground. Shank. I agree, Bless. And this is, by the way this handle is designed, this is a fantastic Slurpee saver. Oh, coming right to you. Coming right to you. This is it, my friend. But it's going to be, wait till Black Friday. Do not do anything until, and I think their Black Friday sale starts early because I did not pay $65 for this thing. That's the price because they're getting ready to put it on sale. So no, copied link copied. Manny, see if this takes you to it. It's got a Santa Claus on it. This is Amazon. This is where I got it. It's called the PixArt 16. Now, if I had it to do over again, which I don't, unless you want to buy my PixArt 16 for cheaper than you could buy it for on Amazon, I would get the PixArt 64 because it will also, it's got good enough resolution where you can download like your logo. You can download pictures, PixArt 64. This one right here. Let me share the screen. So this one has a lot better resolution. Instead of being 16 by 16, it's 64 by 64. Keep in mind, wait till Black Friday. This is on sale now. But this one, you get art that looks like that's a picture, which again doesn't look great, but your art's a lot better. So you could do your logo. do clocks, do your YouTube, your Twitch. It just the
Introducing the Pixu 64.
hush.
Introducing the Pixu.
It just it's got better graphics, so to speak. And nobody that's a dude would have them all around their house. I like that one right there. That one's not on mine. So anyway, I'm going to send you this one too, Maddie. Because if it was me and I had it to do over again, and they also have smaller ones. So if you want a 8x8, those are available too. But I just get the art. You can go to different like museums are cool, and where you can go get the Scream and weird stuff. Let me find the Scream and add it in here. Custom 2. Let's go in here. Pixel art community. Go to gallery museum. Hold on. Here we go. I'll put Mona Lisa in there, even though she doesn't look like Mona Lisa. Let's add her. All right, she's in there. So Mona Lisa will come up in a second. I'm going to add some more art. I'm going to add one of these weird. All right. So I've added some different art. That snake's getting ready to bite you. Hugh, there's one that shows a knife actually getting stabbed in a smiley face head. And it might be on this particular. Sure, you can. I'm just not very artistic, nor do I have time to create art, so to speak, for it. But if one had the time, one could certainly knife it up. So yeah, this one's got a knife going in the head. And I will tell you when it's coming. I've got an emulator. So I've got an emulator that plays Game Boy games. It plays Game Boy Advance games. It plays PSP games. It plays Atari games, NES games. And I don't play it much. But Night Pit. But I did love Call of Duty on PS4. I love hunting teenagers at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I usually get tapped out all the time. But it's fun. I enjoy it. Doesn't have Gamecast, Willie, but the new one, there's a new one that just came out. Hold on, let me go to handheld. Handheld retro games. I know Metal Complex has one that that plays like all of his stuff, right? So you can get one. This one's more for retro games. So this one I think will play N64 up to N64. This is the newer version, so it plays 64, 32-bit, these Ambernicks, which are actually pretty cool. That's the one I've got the model below this, which plays up to PS2 and some N64. But then they make, these bangers that will play your Gamecast, any of the stuff that you're signed into. You can do that on your phone too. That's actually the easiest way probably to do it is on your iPhone. Oh, it's been a while for me too. I played it on this iPad for a while. I've still got it on the iPad. And it'll definitely, I got pretty good with my fingers on it. Now you're not playing except for other iPad people. Good evening, Mike's Daily Carry. What is going on, brother? Mikey? We are visiting, talking about knives, talking about lives. Ooh, now Todd, if he starts talking about food, you know what that's going to do. I'm going to just change the logo to warn y'all. This could be interrupted at any given time. For the Mexican pizza. You never know. You know what the best was, Ed, in my opinion, and this will date me? Call of Duty and Team Fortress, those games that we played on PCs. And then we'd get the mods for them that would change your skins. And then you'd be playing a Team Fortress mod or a Call of Duty mod. Or what was the third one? There were 3 games: Call of Duty, Team Fortress, and something else. Ed, Call of Duty Mobile is what I play. That's what I've got on my iPad. I haven't played in so long. Counter-Strike, thank you, Mad Yako. Counter-Strike is exactly what I'm talking about. Counter-Strike. Quake was great, but I like Counter-Strike better. Counter-Strike was my favorite up until Call of Duty on the PS4, which was not mine. It's my buddy A to Z's. Was my favorite because I liked using a mouse and my keyboard to hunt. And A to Z and I, 15 years ago, 14 years ago, when he was still married and I was still married, we would stay up all night and just hunt each other in big ass maps. It was awesome. Italian chalupas I avoid, dude. Mexican pizzas all day long. Love them. But the Italian chalupa does sound pretty good. Pepperoni in there, I'm a player. It doesn't take much. Now, Halo, I'll tell you what I played. Not Fortnite. I played Pug, Pugb. I play that on my iPad, and that's almost, in my opinion, cooler than Call of Duty because you jump out of a plane and all the people jump in together into a map, and then it's just you hunt. You can either play teams, or I like to do just free for alls. PUGBD. Let me pull that up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. That is a great game. In my opinion, it is a winner. Let's do this. Boom, boom. Yeah, this is let's get through our ad. This is you jumping in, parachute in, and once you hit the ground, you start scrambling for weapons, and everybody's parachuting in around you. This is just a classic game. I love it. And it's great on an iPad. Because they're campers. I mean, people have different strategies. People know where to jump. Some people like to jump certain places. Other people like to jump other places. But then everybody gets in the map. It's a one kill, you're out type of thing. So, like when you're falling out of the plane, you kind of have an idea of how crowded the area. What I look for is an area with just like a couple people in it that I can jump in a window, like of an old building or something, and find a couple of weapons and take out those couple of people so that I can go around that part of the map and gather up weapons. And I'm a camper. I know y'all hate that, but I will crouch and wait for you silently. Just wait for you silently. And when you come by, lights out, baby. Lights out, baby. Drink water. What's going on, brother? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ron Crow, welcome, welcome, welcome. They do, as a matter of fact. Now in Pug, they don't, I don't think. Maybe they do. I know they do in Call of Duty, but in Pug, I don't know. That is a dang good question. I think they do, because that's a one hit, one kill type of thing. So I would think they would. So here's a website for it. I think you can download it on your computer. I play it on iPad. It's open source. So let's look at weapons. Boom. See if we got any knives. Melee. You got a machete. There you go. There you go. I like a game. I think I'd take the pan. You got a machete, a pan, crowbar, a pickaxe, or a sickle. All of which pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm more. Let's go. How do I get back to my weapons? Yeah. I'm more of a light machine gun guy. But you can drive vehicles in here. So any of these that you see on the side of the road, you can jump on. You can get to a different side of the map. Let's see if they show maps, because maps are huge. So that's one map. And you play till the last man standing, right? So if you're doing a stay alive map, you want to jump in usually around one of the military bases or one of the prisons where most of the weapons are going to be. But if you jump in on one of the ends, you're going to have a better chance of survival. So there are tons of maps. Not that anybody asked, but that's where I like killing people. Blessed Knives is free to answer anything in here to any of you young fellers. Isn't that funny, Snow Trog? I used to be good. I mean, I guarantee you there were more than one 12-year-old that was like, that damn Pud Thumper's wearing me out. I'm tired of Pud Thumper. So if y'all are in any game and you are unalived and the person that unalived you is Pud Thumper, no, Javon got you. Knives and Pizza, when you say pretty good, I'm not good compared to good people, but I can get in there. Pud Thumper has been it. Pud Thumper's been it for years, Kyle Coonley. That's from when I used to play. You know, when you get a gaming profile, it stays with you. That's why I don't have a Twitch account. Plus, I don't know what Twitch is. No doubt, dude. I will sit there and yell. And I've had people on my team now run by my dying body because it's like when it's two teams left and they're like 4 on each team, right? And there are 2 people still alive. And it's like 2 on 1. They're trying to kill one. They will run past you just to go for the kill, which kind of sucks. The trick is try not to get killed. But it happens, and those snipers are good, man. I'm convinced all those games, at least we used to tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better, that they're cheat codes that people use. Dude, I've got 2 skateboards within eye's length of me. And I do flat, I do what lazy people do. So instead of jogging, I go to a greenway and I'll skateboard for 7 miles. Okay. Reggie Toxic. See, I remember Quake. I remember Doom. Doom was the first one I think I played. I remember GoldenEye, which was a fun one. I used to chew the controller on that. My brother and I would just get ill hunting each other in GoldenEye. But what's cool about those little handheld games, like the little one I got was like $60, and it'll play there. I've got old soccer games, all the old football games, you know, that you Tecmo Bowl and the ones that are NFL, Madden, whatever. It's got Doom on it. Doom is a great game. But I'll tell you, the Call of Duty, I'm glad I don't have a PS4. I'm glad I don't have a PS5 because I remember how much time I had to kind of walk away from video games altogether because I was spending way too much time playing them. You know, they sucked me in. Especially something that you can, you know, that has an open-ended map, right? Like I was never huge into Grand Theft Auto. I played it. I played all of them pretty much, but they just weren't my jam. I don't like third person stuff. I like first person stuff. I don't like top down. I like to kind of be in it. Now that's a shame, Kyle. Unless you're like me and you just don't have time. You know that if you turn it on, you're going to be playing a little bit too much. Because I would. Call of Duty is too good. And I think they probably got Pug. They do for PlayStation 2. I'd be done. I mean, because I can play it on the iPad forever. I'll tell you another one I played. I have a conspiracy. Sure, go off and see if I'm not going to confirm or deny because I don't know. I do know that if he were in here scotching things, didn't say we, but he had a sneaking suspicion based on something on a scale, but he learned that that wasn't the case. But I'm not going to say it's not. I'm not going to say, I know Custom Knife Factory are made in China. I have one. It says made in China on it. Shirogorov say made in Russia. Now they're designed in Russia. But if you buy one from Donnie, a Bless Knives, it's made in Nebraska. So I don't know where this was made. I know it was made in China. And I know it was expensive, but it's got some Pro X scales on it. So it's priceless to me. But yeah, this should be. Kyle Coonley and I had a conversation that was just fascinating about cost of overseas production. And I'm a capitalist, right? So I'm not going to say, I know there's more that goes into it than net sale, and the difference is gross because you've got other expenses if you're putting money into the business. But, you know, to me, I look back at the whole, and what's making it funny now is Kubi's releasing it. And I watched a knife review, I forget whose it was, surmising that Kubi was the OEM all along of the Jake Hobeck Sumo. Do y'all remember that? Do you remember? I'm going to show you. Hobeck Sumo. Made in America, 600 something bucks. However, it was made in China. And that came out. And he apologized. That's it. That's it right there. Well, now, interestingly enough, Kubi, let's go to their page. Kubi's got one. I think I saw this on Metal Complexes. We'll go watch it here in a second. Because he's the one that surmises that it was made by Kubi all along, but it was being sold for $600 instead of 100 and something. Let's see. Hold on here. These aren't new. Click on the, let's do this. New. Let's go folding. Let's go titanium. It's a button lock. Let's see. All right, they don't have it yet. So we're going to go to Metal Complex. I remember Lefty was a big fan of this knife, but this came out before the Nimble, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go videos. I think I saw it here. I think I saw it here. Or did I? I don't know if I did or not. Let me see. It wasn't 12 days ago. Hold on. Hold on. I know I'm losing y'all like flies. It's okay. It's late. No way. Shock. This brought back memories. This is it. All right. Can y'all see? Can y'all see homeboy talking? Because I'm getting ready to mute that. All right, you can't. So I need to stop sharing. I need to share again. Share screen. Share. Skip. All right. So
it was on these things a long time ago, right? And again, it's made in China is that want to be honest. It's that's a huge part of anything, right? Just being honest. If you're selling something to a, you know, if you have an intended audience, then or a consumer base or whatever, you have to be. Right. So after handling this, it wouldn't surprise me at all if Kubi has been making them the entire time. But that gives you a, because these, I just went and looked, and these are $270, right? Which is, yeah, like that's way more accurate, right? Considering the materials and the machining.
okay. So what do we learn? Kubi's got it coming out for $270. That means it's probably going to be in reality 240, I would guess. If you get it at White Mountain, you can use a 10% code from somebody. They'll be available. Hobeck was selling them for 600 and something. That to me is dishonest, right? To make a knife, design it, and have a margin built in there to make a living is capitalism, in my opinion. Oh, Paul, there were so many people, you know, there were, and it wasn't just a sumo. He wouldn't disclose which knives were made and which we did learn that, Kyle. And we can go to Amazon right now. That's another, what did we learn? That is absolutely true. Because if we go to Amazon and we search Yay Brother.
Wow.
If we search Yay Brother, YEABR, Yay BROTHER, Brother Knives. I need to go to the Yay part. Let's do this. Let's go JE. Maybe I put an A in there I didn't need. Let's search that. All right, I'm going to show you blatant clones. There's a $22 Watchman. Let's see what else we got here. Let me show you what we got that's recent. Let me show you. All right. I'm not on the right Yay Brother. Let's do this because I just saw it. All right, copy it. All right, what do we got here? We got a mini bug out for $19.80. A mini bug out. Now, they didn't send their design to China, but China bought it. But the one I wanted to show y'all were some that were definitely. Let's do this. Where's Jay? Let's go back up here and let's go. JEA. They're not brothers. I'm trying to find the Nimble's on here. The Demco 80 20.5 is on here. The Riot EXO is on here, which is funny because they're cannibalizing from themselves. Maybe I have to get a few pages in. That's a clone of an Essie. It's a clone of a mini bug out. We just saw that. Not a clone, a copy. The one that's calling itself a bug out, I guess you would say technically, is a clone. But what I wanted to find are some of the more blatant. I would expect this on AliExpress, but I didn't expect it on Amazon. And I'm surprised that there's not a complaint department. And maybe there's something that says once you send us your design, I can't believe I can't spell yay brother the way it's spelled. I just click on one of these fake knives, it'll take me to it. Let's do this. Ah, this is frustrating. All right, let's go to, this is where I'll find some junky ones. Let's go down here. No, let's go here, and then let's just scroll down because this will probably take me to the sneakies. Let's see. All right. There's a PEI bug out clone. Let's keep going. I bet you there's the Nimble and the relative EMP EDC's designs are on here. And they're an M390 and they're like $80. It's like the slot machine. All right, trust me. Let's see what happens if I search for a brother Nimble knife. Let's see if this pulls it up. If it doesn't, we'll get out of here. But the Demco's on here. Trust me, there are a lot of major offenders of America's copyright laws. But overseas, for example, this is a perfect example right here. Y'all recognize this knife? If you like the Boker, I wonder if Lee's still in here. The Boker AK1, I've got the one in, that's it, yay brother. All right, I'm gonna be able to find the other ones from this. But this knife is $340. You can get it in N690 for $160, but this is, they've got the Tonto, they've got the reverse Tonto, they've even got the drop point, all for $29.99. Now we've got the word though. So now what we want to do is we want to go look at J Brother. And we'll see all the tricky dickies. All right, let me drop this in here. Sit back. There you go. Y'all still with me? Have I lost everybody? So that's a relative, a nimble. If we go further, we will find that they've got all of EMPs. Well, those two designs, the relative. You can get the 14C for $39 in a liner lock. It's crazy though, because you would think that this could be. I'm trying to find you. There's a Riot clone. Here's some more bug outs. Titanium bug out for $52, which is probably junky. What else we got? What else we got? Yay, brother. Let's go to page 2. That's where they hide all the good shit. Let's see what we got. That is a line steel. I was about to say that's a line steel clone, but that's an actual line steel. All right, I'm about to get out of here because it's making me feel like I need a shower. There's a Kershaw clone. Maybe Dimco got theirs pulled off of here. That would be. Because there were also a lot of the Riot Exos like this, except they looked just like the Exo. They had the blades and everything. All right, they're not there. We're done. Boom, out of there. Winning. I agree, Kyle. I'm not about clones, but that was an actual marking. That was an actual marking, I believe, because they have the Kaisers you'll find in here with the Civivs as you're scrolling through. Let me go back up and look. I've still got that page open. Let's go back to page 1. But I did buy an Effengro EF225, which cost me. You're right, it is. Mattis Faction saw something that I didn't even see, so they're cloning Kaiser's designs. Let's check this out. Wouldn't you say that's a marking? Or is that, what is that? Looks pretty nice. Looks like somebody else's knife. What is that? Yeah, Matthew. They're no good, but what's wild is the amount of fake ones that are showing up like this. For example, Best Tech OEM this. And I wouldn't be surprised if they run extra shifts over there, or they make 3 shifts for whoever the OEM is, and then they make a line without stamping the blades and they sell them to make money. I don't know. But they're definitely out there. But no, I agree. Best Tech doesn't make anything. That's what I'm saying, Kyle. I've seen Grateful Panic ordered one from AliExpress, and it was absolutely off the same line. And I'm willing to bet the Riot is off the same line, and I'm willing to bet that the Dimcos, I don't know about the Dimcos. They could be re-engineered since they're in Taiwan. But yeah, beware of knockoffs. And for me, the Effengro that I bought, because it was on Amazon, I knew it looked like a Strider, but it led me to buy 2 Protects and a Strider because I didn't know if I'd like the design. So I got the F and Grow, which is the bigger one of these, but it's called the F and Grow 225. It's not called, the Strider clone. It's a weird knife. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know how it exists. I don't know if it still exists. EAFENGROW 22. I even know the number because I caught so much shit for this. ANGROW EF 225. Boom. So this knife right here looks just like a Strider SMF. I had the titanium one because I thought it would be junk. It was too big for me, but it was made very well. So much so that I liked it so much that I bought the Protex first. I got the little PT and the full size. And then I got the Strider, the SNG. But these looks just like it. $70, D2. And I'm telling you, I took it apart. I wanted to be able to shit to it. I never got to the shooting dope part, but dude, I was eating 13, 14. I was eating a Hinderer every other day. And that was 10 years ago when I was paying $7 a 10. And that's because I was getting them from my buddies. But yeah, stay away from narcotics. That is another lesson. But let's talk about this. How does that change? I mean, again, buy American, right? That's one way to change it. But what is going to get the market to acknowledge that the price is too high? People voting with their dollars, i.e., not buying them. And that doesn't happen. When something drops or something's pre-ordered, people buy it like crazy. And I don't know the facts. I know from really smart people what I hear, and I believe that. But and I wonder if people are doing, Kyle, steel tests anymore. Who was it? Love Them Knives that used to do the composition tests of different steel? Or was it because somebody used to order batches of knives, Tucson's and other stuff, and get them tested to see if they were what they were supposed to be, which would only show you the metal, the formula. Wisdom. And again, there are going to be things like, for example, this guy that Tactical Terry designed. It's titanium S35, and it's going to come in at around 100 and we'll say 120. He says 110. I'm going to say 120. That's a good value on a knife to me because I look at it, what will it yield me? I don't look at it, this costs $23 to make because I don't know. And it has to be put in a box, has to be shipped. Terry makes a little tiny smidgen of this, I'm sure. Kubi or Concept makes a good bit. Yeah, Kyle, I agree. And what's interesting, God, how do I say this without sounding like an asshole? Fuck. So tricky to not sound like an asshole. I know a knife that's coming out. There's been a pre-order, really nice knife, expensive knife. And I heard the designer talking about a budget version that's going to come in under $100, and they haven't delivered the more expensive one yet. I would not personally do that in terms of, even if I knew I had a budget one coming, I wouldn't announce it so soon after selling a premium one, even though they're two different markets. I totally agree with that. Ed, join the crowd. It used to be a seller's market. During the pandemic is when I collected 85% of my knives. I paid list price because I bought most of them new from Blade HQ, White Mountain Knives, River's Edge Cutlery, DLT, or GP Knives. And I would, we wouldn't get them on sale. And I've gotten very few on the secondary market. So I've been used to paying right around under 300. So I think the first most expensive knife that I acquired from Knife Works was this Arcform Slimfoot. It was like $310 from Riyadh. Looking at it now, it's an ugly knife. Anybody wants to trade for it, hit me up. M390 flipper, nice knife, but it was 300 3 years ago. And then I've got knives that I look at that are better values, in my opinion. I don't carry it as much because I'm not an Axis lock kind of guy. But this Pulsar from Kunwu is titanium and LMAX. And this was like $249, I want to say. So again, maybe, I don't know what goes into this compared to that. I don't know if this is real LMAX. I've always had great luck with Kunwu. For example, this knife in Vanex and titanium versus this knife in M390 and titanium with some carbon fiber. This is Vanex. Has every bit, I think it has better action. I think this knife has some of the best action of any knife I own. I want to say this knife was $269 when it came out. Nope. I bought this unopened on Blade Binge. I wonder if I can still get into my account. I want to say it was right around $300. But this guy had bought two of them. He bought a stonewashed, which is this one, and he bought the satin. And when he opened the satin, he fell in love with it, and he sold this one without even the plastic being taken off the box. And I grabbed it up. But this is a great knife. Again, it's probably, is this too much? Probably, but it's $350 less than this. Right? But what are we paying for? Are we paying for the design? I think so, in a way, because I think everything will cut. Not everything. I think a lot of things will cut that don't cost nearly as much as some of the knives that we like, right? And some of the best knives, the strongest knives, don't cost that much. You know, you can get an AD-15 for under $200, an S35VN with a Scorpion lock. It's not going to be on bearings unless you get original goat scales. Or this little Demco Shark Cub with aluminum scales and 20 CV. I think these are, you can get them with PEI or whatever, that Ultim, for like around $100. I want to say this was, can't remember if this was 99 or 199. I think this was 199. But you know, you can get knives like this Asher when they used to make these. This knife sold for $115 in S35VN and titanium, and it looks and operates very similar to an Oz Roosevelt with different materials, not made by hand, totally different animal. But from a cutting standpoint, if I was just Joe Blow guy going to cut boxes and somebody said, do you want this for 115 or this Oz for 850? You're probably going to say this if you're looking at both of them. Because I've held them both at the same time. They don't feel that different. It's exactly what Bless says. Whatever you like. And what goes into a knife, the hours, the amount of time that goes into a custom knife. Donnie, I watched and I talked, Scotch didn't know. He knew that was your first lock bar insert, but I saw something, I think it was a short or something that you put up where you talked about how making that lock bar insert took you as much time as making, I think, both the scales, getting it just right, what you had to do to do that by hand. So yeah, it is all expendable income. I think Kyle's exactly right. We need to be aware. I think being aware is important. I think because of being aware, holds manufacturers and designers accountable, but it also gives you, the consumer, more information to make the choice that you want to make. Like for me, I would love a custom, but it's just not in my budget right now. Really nothing is, but down the road, I know that's in my future, right? Because I never thought some of the premium knives I had would be in my budget. But Bless, Donnie, as you continue to do those, you'll get processes, you'll get ways to make them better. Not necessarily better, but make them where they're not as much of a pain in the ass. But everybody that makes knives, looking at how much Shane works on a fixed blade and looking at the parts that Donnie makes, I can only imagine how much time goes into it. I know I did a review on a knife. Let me see if I can find it. It was and the only reason I want to find it is because I do not remember the name of the engraver. It was an Monterey Bay Knives pincher. It was engraved by this guy. Let me find it. And the engraving took 60 hours. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Let's see if I search pincher. Yeah, it's this right here. Let me share it with you. So just the engraving on this knife took 60 hours. Not making the scales, not making it, just the engraving. So imagine how much time you have. Make sure I'm sharing. Think how much time and effort and art you have when you pick up a custom. I love that, Donnie. I think that's sick. The Rugged Man, that is so up my alley. It is scary. But I mean, you think about it, guys. There's no comparison, really, in a handmade, one of a kind, beautiful knife that's perfectly set up, perfectly centered. Look at that. And something that we can get in gravy. I used to be a gravy eating fool. As a matter of fact, Matthew, I'll tell you a trick. Every Asher, and I've had probably 10. I've given away all but this one. Every one I obtained by sending him Instagram messages asking, because what he does at the time, he probably doesn't anymore. Now I think he gets them fully assembled, so it may be harder. But I would send him. He would end up sending me a PayPal invoice. He didn't know me from Adam's House Cat. I didn't have a channel. I was just wanting to buy his stuff, right? So he would send me a PayPal invoice. I would pay it. A couple days later, I'd get a knife. I never was able to get one on a drop. What's up, Todd Carr? I'll show you a great design that's too small. Are y'all familiar with Wehr? W-E-H-R? Let me go in here, see if I can find Mr. Wehr. W-E-H-R. So this is a custom maker. He makes really cool shit. But he did a production run. He did this little alley, which is one of his more popular customs. He had Riot make it, and it's small. But I love this knife, and it made it affordable. I want to say this knife was $289, which I know is a lot based on what it probably costs to be made by Riot in China. But compared to, and he endorses it because, again, if we go back to his page, his are full customs. So they're going to be worth, of course, a heck of a lot more money. But like Chavez, who also makes customs, knew that there was part of the market that has to experience it before they'll go full custom. So I would love, here's an Alley P, a custom Alley P. I would love to have one. Here's an Alley P. That's the same knife, except not the production version. That's an Ellen. I'm sorry. That's a different knife. That's not the Alley P. The Alley. Let me find an Alley. And I think his stuff, Blessed Knives can tell me if I'm wrong. I think his stuff may be CNC assisted. I don't know. I just know this one design, which that's one with the blade hole, I really liked. I think that's it. Is that it? Yeah, that's an Alley. So that's the one he made that I've got. That's a small knife. When I got it, I thought it would be bigger. I mean, it's not too small for me, but it's definitely a medium, to quote Christine, Women Carry Knives. If you're not following her, give her a follow. This is a great little knife. Again, Riot made it, but Wehr designed it and had them, right? I think you're probably right, Bless. Willie, are you following him on Instagram? Let me drop his Instagram in here again. We were just on it. Let's go right here and grab that, copy it, and drop it right here. And you reach out to Brother Donnie. And y'all remember that Sunday nights is Donnie and Shane night. Which, no offense, because if I really wanted to talk shit, I would go on a rant. But Donnie's much better than Grateful Panic as a co-host, in my opinion, my humble opinion. I was so happy to see Donnie join. I started watching. I was able to watch Shane again. And you've got two makers that will sit there and bicker about stuff, which is entertaining, and they do it for fun because they can do that. And I love McBee's, and they help each other. There are a lot of knife makers that are willing to, if you've got a question about something and they've had success with it, or they can help you, they will. Donnie, I know you do, buddy. It's tough. It's tough to sit and talk for hours, right? Especially, we all have days. I mean, I have days that the last thing I want to do is be, happy-go-lucky guy on the computer. I also don't want to be asshole guy, and I don't want to be missing in action guy, right? So we just deal with it. And there'll be days. Today's been a day, but I haven't vented yet. What I've quit doing, and a lot of it started with my sponsor in college football, getting triggered, where I get triggered and I get angry. And then when I get angry, I say stupid shit or do stupid shit that I usually regret. So it's just good not to watch things that trigger you. Hello, what's up, Mr. Big Red, who's not a moderator? What? What's going on, Big Red? We're just talking. I'm trying not to go off on a mean rant. So what I do is I just don't watch things that would normally trigger me, right? So if there's something that I know, because I've seen it before, that it's going to trigger me, I'm better off not watching it, as opposed to, all right, Big Red, you are now a moderator, sir. You share your link. I'm going to share your link, because I know all y'all are subscribed to Big Red, but just in case you're not, but sometimes it's just better to be silent, stay away from that triggers you. Because, for example, had I been a drama farmer, which is a term I learned watching other weird shit, if I wanted to farm drama, I could specifically seek out programming to watch to then base my show around shitting on. So I could point out hypocrisy. I could point out things that I don't need to, because you guys are all so smart, you can see for yourselves, right? So, yeah, sometimes I think it'd be fun, but I also think it'd be mean, and it's not really in my personality unless somebody's done somebody wrong song. And there's some cases of close to done somebody wrong song that I kind of want to get on a soapbox and yell about, but I don't, because it's not my business, right? So I would think that anybody participating knows. They have to, is what I say, because I do, and I'm not smart. But it's the best community ever. Because again, that's why some of you guys that have come in for the first time, you're always welcome. I do 2 lives a week. JB, Big Red EDC, does Saturday Night Live, which is probably one of the best lives of the week. I always seem to fall asleep right around the time it starts, before I start chatting, because I start lurking and then I sleep. You've got live streams almost every night. As a matter of fact, there's a schedule here that I should have saved. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? That has when every live stream. Now, I'll warn you, there are some that you will see that aren't accurate, but all your big ones do, Donnie. And like I said, you're welcome anytime, brother. So I don't know what all that shit is behind it, but it's a Google Calendar. And if you go click on it and you save it, you can go to any day and you can see who's live, who's coming up. I don't look at it much because I would be drawn to those that trigger me, and I would be more likely to watch. And then I'd be like,
Loser.
and I don't want to do that because that's negative. It brings nothing good, you know. So it's tough, but I think it's in my authentic self to just let shit be, unless it infringes on the rights of others. I should not be judgmental of how people do their shit at all. Not at all. Or I would get out my ninja star. Douglas, what's going on? Douglas Wagner. Donnie, get some sleep, buddy. We're about to stop. We've been going about 3 hours. I'll always stay as long as people want to hang. As people get tired, I don't want to be responsible for keeping people up. Big Red is the absolute man. He is one of the first knife YouTubers, he and Zach stuff that I watched that I've continued to watch. So you get on a journey and you'll watch channels. And as your needs or your likes change, your dislikes change, you'll go to different channels. But occasionally you'll identify with people and personalities and authenticity, right? So I think authenticity is the key. And if you find good people, you'll stick around them and they're well worth not only your subscribe, but hanging out with because, A, they're good people. You learn a lot. They're fun people. They do cool shit for the community. And Zach from Zach Stuff and JB from Big Red EDC are OGs who got me into knives. So I thank both those guys and think they are absolutely worth your time and your patronage because they are fabulous. But guys, what we're going to do so I don't keep y'all up too late is we're going to peace out. I'm going to see you guys hopefully Friday night. Hopefully we'll all be still around. And do me a favor, watch the Asher video coming out tomorrow. It'll be cool. It's this one right here. And Lee, I know you've gone to bed, but I'll be sending your knives back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for one another. Go forward with love in your heart. Choose debate, not hate, unless that hate's built up and it's causing you like internal strife. Let that shit out. I love all you. Peace.
Sex, do it right. Sex, through the night. Sex, do it right. Sex.